Yeah.
and you want to get out. We're talking about the unseen in and out, which is a different story. Yes. The prison in the unseen in and out is this desire to get out is the prison, because there's a belief you're in something that you're not. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the appearance in the dreaming, it's the opposite. They're in this prison seemingly for the rest of their life. Yeah. And they're not going to get out. A lot of them. Yeah. But here we're in this dilemma on another level, let's say, of mental activity, that we believe we're in something and we're trying to get out of it all the freaking time. Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time it fails, it has a perfect system preserving act, so to speak, because you blame yourself for the failure, when in fact you can't get out of what you're not in. But yeah, truly, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the perfect setup.
The belief is so strong that you're in, that you never question that. You just question the methodology of getting out and how long I can stay out, and really the payoff cost. How much is it going to cost me to get a 5-minute relief of feeling like I was out? To me, when I was in addiction, I was willing to pay any consequence tomorrow not to feel uncomfortable now. Yeah, I was. Not me, but the action figure paid huge consequences after I got a 4-minute reprieve. Yeah. Yeah. So not a good deal. But we have the luxury that we're not in a physical prison. Yeah, where the wanting to get out of it on that level is real, because you're really in it. Yeah, in the dreaming. But the head has us in a lot of shit that we're not in. Yeah. And it really uses the premise of being in to trigger the real in, which is trying to get out. Trying to get out of an imaginary in is the real in. Yeah. This stuff gets revealed when you. I humbly believe the non-duality understanding can bring a lot of understanding, and the understanding that comes about is really what occurs when you see the misunderstandings, yeah, which are many. Yet there are some that are the basic foundation of this agitated movement of the head, yeah. And one of them is you believe you're in something, and therefore there's no telling you not to try to get out of it.
Yeah.
And then all the failures are never the great success, because you just use the failures to blame you, the you're not. And then it's just more, just like with retreats. You watch retreats, people go on a weekend retreat, that it's never going to go to zero. It's going to go to a week retreat. Yes, it never usually goes to zero and no more retreats. It usually,
you got to work your way up to the 30
usually
days.
It leads to more retreats until you finally get the message of no retreat. Yeah. But the first movement is completely away from the no retreat. It's to more retreat, harder retreat, longer retreats. Yes, yes. Yeah. And what happens, hopefully, that fails you. And then what occurs? You arrive at actually what was available to begin with, no retreats. Yeah. But we have to learn, but it's just like we had our friend that comes here. For him to learn, he didn't have to go to another Vipassana retreat. It happened when he was at another Vipassana retreat. So he got that he never had to go on another retreat at the retreat. That happens. Yeah. Yeah. But if you looked at your progress in all of these things, there wasn't less, it was always more. Yeah. More meditation, longer. meditation, as if time changes anything. Yeah. Unknowingly, a complete faith in the dreaming aspect of time and space. We would constantly try to set up a setting in our space that was more conducive to meet what we already are. Yeah. To pamper to what we're not, literally. Yes, to tell you the truth, it's that. Yeah. We had our friend from San Diego, Steve, said, hey, he had like a 30-minute getting ready the room to meet God, so to speak. Yeah, I had to get the candles, the lighting, the gongs. I got recordings. That God's not asking those requirements, is it? I never got a message that way. The playing God is here. Yes. So we're using the aspects that drive the dream to get out of the dream. It doesn't work. Yeah. More time doing shit isn't going to change it. Yeah. Changing locale. Well, it's going to be so much more powerful in a cave in Tibet. Yeah. Yeah, it may be. But if you believe it's only in the cave in Tibet, it's being used for a nefarious end. Yeah. Because if you are not time and space, the time and space, in a sense, doesn't matter. Yeah, it really doesn't. It does on a certain conditional level, but the underlying condition is conditionless. Yeah. I had a guy, one of my first, when I was 19 and 20, I got involved with a meditation group that had a guru and everything. And when I was with his brother, the guru's brother, they would always say, hey, listen, if you can't be at peace on Fifth Avenue and Broadway, fuck the caves. Yeah. You got to be, yes, Times Square. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like the surprise I had when I was at this, we used to call it the upper middle way. It was like a great place to have a retreat. Fantastic food, eagle claw bathtubs. The room I had at the retreat center was better than the room I lived in. So there was all these motivations to stay. And all they're asking you is 13 hours of, mostly I was doing Qi Kong and Tai Chi and then sitting for 6-10 hours. And the day I left, they had a meeting with me, which they did to everyone who was leaving. And they started asking me some questions. Do you live nearby here? I go, yeah, I live in Mill Valley. They go, how are you going to get home? I said, I got a car. No, what road? Don't take the highway. Don't take the freeway. What? Oh, yeah. And don't listen to any heavy metal music, anything on the way back. It was sort of like they gave me a 3,000-year-old Chinese crystal that I was going to have to protect because it was so fragile. One discordant note would just fucking smash it. That's not it. It can't be that. It can't be a fragile condition that we have to put it in a certain temperature, blue velvet cushion. No, this is an all-terrain recognition. Yeah. Those drives to go anywhere else are dropped. And then there was like a book, a woman, a Buddhist nun who's became famous. I forget her name, but she had a book about the wisdom of no escape, right? The wisdom of no escape. Yeah. Yeah, the wisdom of no escape. See, how are you going to escape from an imaginary place? It's not like there's no escape. Like this is the maximum fucking max prison that no one will ever escape from. The wisdom of no escape is there's nothing to escape from. That's how I feel. Yeah. So the recognition that I can't escape from an imaginary place is the wisdom of no escape. And actually, you could apply the no escape is from your own nature. No matter what you believe you are or this and that, There's never an escape from that. It's only a temporary delusion, so to speak. But even in that day of that temporary delusion, you have a reprieve, which is going to sleep at night. You're going to end up at that point of where there's no supposed you there, and yet just the breathing is going and this and that. And then what's beautiful about that is we all have an awakening called the morning, from what happens in the night dreams. No matter how scared you were when you were dreaming, you're probably not after you wake up after a minute or two, because you realize that which was scaring you, it wasn't real. So every one of us have an example of like what awakening is, called the morning. That's what it's like. You wake up as a fact that disputes the other fact you woke up from. That's what happens. You wake up as a fact that disputes the fact that you woke up from. The fact that you woke up from was that dreaming was seen as real. That's why the tiger that appeared in the dreaming at night was scaring you in the dream. And maybe it will last 10 seconds or so after you wake up, but its effect, it deteriorates very quickly. By what? Waking up in the morning. Did you wake up in the morning? No. There was a waking up in the morning, and then there's a story of you that kicks in. You did never wake. You at that point, there was no fucking you to wake up. You thought you were awake in the dream. You were taking that to be real. At that point, there was no morning. There wasn't. There was no morning coming. You were scared shit of the tiger in the dream and everything like that. And then the morning just hits us. We're probably the last one to expect it. And then we wake up and all that shit that was scaring the hell out of us dissipates completely. Without not much thought or effort, not at all. This is, in a way, that is a simulation of really the awakeness that becomes obvious, I feel, with the non-dual message. It provides us a morning. That we don't have in the awake dream. We've got one in supposedly a sleep dream. But in the awake dream, we don't have a morning built in, seemingly. But the beautiful thing is, you don't wake, you know it before the dream, that it's a dream now. You don't wake up from the dream. You don't have to go through all that fear and angst, because we already done that. We're definitely, all of us are completely ready to be the morning awakeness. We are. We've gone through all that shit. So now we're not going to need a morning, because we're going to be awake to the dreaming before the sleep. Not from the sleep. Now the head, I wouldn't waste any time trying to convince the head that it's awake before the dream, because its programming cannot encapsulate that. It just can't. It's incomprehensible to them. It's incomprehensible to imagine its absence anywhere. You're always included, always. So this is a bypass of all that. Now, if you attempt to try to get that in a fit spiritual shape, it's ain't gonna work. It's gonna need like controlled environments, control this and control that, no outside contact. How they go through so many shenanigans. You don't see many retreats in Newark, New Jersey or Hoboken. It's in a nice setting. Usually, waterfalls are going off, and they probably take you on a little vacation. Like, what do you call those things when you go on the wire? They do tons of stuff. They always
zip line.
It's in Costa Rica. You're gonna kayak, shit like that. And I'll tell you, Zen used to try to make a 7-day retreat, like as a homeless person, but you knew you had a house. Yeah. You knew that you had a place to stay. So as you were acting for 7 days that you were homeless, you were clear you were acting. This is the message of non-duality in a way. Yeah. You're clear about something. Yeah. So that the homeless reality isn't a reality because you know you're taken care of in a certain way. Yeah. Yeah. So this is to me.
Are you saying there was a retreat that made you pretend that you were homeless?
Yes, they didn't make you. That was the thing. You lived on the streets for 7 days. As if you were homeless, but on the 8th day, you would get an Uber and go back to your apartment. Now, how convincing could it be when you knew that you had an apartment? And exactly how convincing can this dream be when you know you're awake? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is like that thing of, all right, you're seemingly in this body and everything like that, but you're not. Just like those people knew they had a home while they were living homeless for 7 days. And I bet you the reality of that homelessness was stunted by the recognition they had a place that they were going back to. This is the same way non-duality works in this event. Yeah. It stunts the effect of the dreaming. It stunts it. It doesn't allow it to gain that much weight. Yeah. And if it does, it dissipates much quicker. Yeah. Because you now know you have a home, so to speak, that you are what you're looking for. Yeah. That's the beauty of it, man. The beauty of it is not to constantly work at trying to arrive there later, but know that you never left before. Yeah. Really. To know that you never left before instead of constantly trying to arrive later. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the final answer.
I feel so. I feel it works. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to start wearing this outfit for all the talks.
What are you wearing?
I've got my overalls for the garage satsang. This is the spa. Yeah.
I love the garage satsang.
I'm liking the spa satsang a little better, but my roots are in the garage satsang. I could get used to this, literally. Give you a nice robe. So yeah, let's say, you know, that idea, even if it was a 2-week retreat, they would still know they had a home. Yeah. 3-week retreat, no matter how much time they spent on the streets, see, it's like in recovery. There's something that's called a bottom. And in my case, the bottom did not have nothing of me escaped the bottom. There wasn't an observer called Paul noticing that Paul was on the bottom. All of those ways of disassociation that the head loves to do were caught with their pants down. And my whole system, it was like a pancake. The whole thing flattened me. There was no observer that was immune to what was happening. All of what I called me was underneath that back. Yeah. And that was what it took for something to occur. Yeah. This is not the same in non-duality. You don't need that whack. Yeah. Because the recognition, just like I told, we use it a lot where you go to work. Do you actually have to chant you have a house or you have a place to live? If you have a place to live, right? If you have a place to live. And in this case, you could say that someone may not have a place to live, but in this case, you are what you're looking for. Every one of us. Every one of us you are what you're looking for. So this example doesn't actually capture the absoluteness of it and how all comprehensive the statement of non-duality, that being ourselves reality, that includes all of us. So there are some people that wouldn't be included in this example because they don't have a place to live. Yeah. But so every example we use can't do it the justice of the absoluteness of the message. Yeah. They can't, but we do the best we can to try to express something. So here you go. You leave, go to work, you leave to go to work. Let's say it's a 4-hour commute. Does that convince you you don't have a place to go home to? No. Is your job in Europe and you got to fly there? Does that convince you? No. So you see, more time and space doesn't convince you any more than very little time and space, because you're sure you have a place to live. This is not even close to the profoundness of I am and how unbelievable an assurance can come up from that recognition. Yeah. So the traveling lighter doesn't blow up if it goes too far. It goes through whatever fucking finite event can seem to occur. Yeah. Because the infinite's always going to win out with no effort. Yeah. Yeah. So, and what's kicking or crying at that last moment isn't you. Not one thing, not one kick, not one curse, not one fuck you, not one finger. None of it has ever been you. Never will be you. Never's gonna be you. Yeah. You're not held to its effects or its actions or what it does or didn't do. You're not, unless you believe it. If you believe it's you, then that's a different story. But when you see that it's not you, the idea that I have to be good to be filled up with goodness is not true. You're filled with goodness, and maybe it's going to express by being good. Yeah. But you're filled. And anything I ever did has not dropped that fill. Hasn't. Everything that was expressed got replaced with something else. Yeah. So the tide never goes down or goes up. It's always full. And here we are. And hopefully we can learn to take ourselves less seriously. Yeah. Yeah. It's in self-forgetting that you're reborn, like St. Francis says. The whole recovery program really pivots on an effect, which is the loss of interest in self. The loss of interest in this idealized version of you as a separate fucking thing. Yeah, that has the attribute of consciousness. Yeah. Yeah.
Frees up a lot of time when I'm not constantly trying to get into the now.
Well, exactly. And so that's the thing. The great wisdom of no escape is you cannot escape from the now. You can't.
Yeah.
You can think you went somewhere, but everywhere you can go in thought and in imagination is captured by here and now. Everything is. Everything that's appearing or once appeared and disappeared or is going to come and appear again is in the here and now. That's the theater. Yeah. Everything that plays is in the theater of here and now. So the great wisdom of no escape is, why would you try to get into something you can't be out of? Yeah. Yeah. You don't understand. The mirror is incredibly perfect in reflecting. It's you polishing it that's obscuring it. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not saying anyone, hold on a second. I'm not saying anyone stop polishing it. I'm saying, see that which is polishing it isn't you. That's what we're saying here. This is not another level of orders and things that have to be done. No, there's just a telling the truth. Yeah. That the one that's obscuring it is not you. And the one that's trying to clean it is not you. Yeah. You're not the You're not that which acts, and you're not the reaction to that which acts. I don't know what the hell you are, but I do know what we're not. And we're not that which we think we are. That is fucking for sure. Yeah. It falls off the cliff. If you had a rear view mirror, you would see there's nothing there. Like the guy Douglas Harding with On Having No Head. Everything just drops off. Yeah. We try to bring it back by remembering and imagining. These are all mental processes of dreaming. We're dreaming a reality of time and space. Yeah. And something happened where we've taken it way too seriously. Jesus Christ. Don't you think the world's like in an absurd condition? Someone was asking me why I like horror movies. I'd rather watch a horror movie than watch the horror that happens every day in this world. Much better. Really, I would. I find more joy in watching a horror movie on the film than hearing about how people treat something or others. So, yeah. I hold them as both movies, really. I've had enough of the movie we call real. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. You know, have you ever hoped, you know, utopia? Yeah. What fucks everything up? It's people, yeah? The idea of a commune is incredible, but they generally realize if too many people join the commune, it turns into fucking something else, like an authoritarian cult or something. Yeah, it's us. We're the infected fucking ingredient in some ways. Yeah, it can't help itself. It's self-centered and. Yeah, once it can make someone else an other, it can do almost anything to them. Literally. Once you don't see the person is not other than you, you get licensed to do fucking almost anything. In some respects. I mean, I've seen that in the movie. In this theater, I've sat through a lot of that. Yeah. I've seen, you know, there's well, I can go on and on. You know, you have heard about vulture economy, right?
No, what is that?
Vulture economy. Vulture economy is all these businesses that take advantages over people when they're in a misfortune. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Their
car gets
ambulance chasers.
towed. It costs $65 a day in the lot they tow it to. The person has got a minimum wage job, has 2 kids, has to have that car to go to work and bring her kids to school. In a week, she's under it. She doesn't have enough money to get the car out. After it stays in long enough, they auction it off. Yeah, just like that. Yeah, all those cash checking buildings in certain areas of the city. What they charge you probably 50% interest to give you some money now, because the person's in a condition where they need the money now, and knowing that condition is going to be produced many times, they have businesses to take advantage of that condition, and the rationale of morality is put off because it's business. Yeah, everything's fair. What, love and hate, or what, war and business or something? Who made that shit up? People. Yeah. Yeah. It's all this thing. So I'm going to go to a horror movie, definitely. I'm going to start recommending some good ones. And maybe you get a reprieve from the horror of day to day. Yeah. Isn't that be interesting? Better written, better acted. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And this message means so much to me. We don't act seriously, but I'm very serious about it. I have a lot of honor for it, and It's not what it's never, its effects are not going to be what you think, because we think about effects with a great interest in us. You're not going to have a great interest in you as much. Yeah. And other effects are going to occur. They are. And the head will try to claim them, and you'll recognize that's a mechanical movement, and it's not you trying to claim it. Yeah. And therefore, the ease and comfort or the traveling lighter will not be based on that which is traveling heavy. It'll be based on the source of all fucking light. Yeah. How reliable is that? Pretty damn reliable. Yeah. I'm not trying to change Paul that much anymore. Yeah. I'm not, you know. Paul has got a lot of blind spots. Yeah. That's why if this was about the messenger, man, I would be sorry for you guys. The messenger may mislead you, but the message won't. Yeah. And luckily, I don't think I've ever attended a Paul Hedderman satsang yet. No. Yeah. So this is why I don't like talking with people when they want to call me up about relationships. I probably suck in relationships, maybe, you know, or finances. Forget that. You know, forget that. You know what I mean? Business acumen. Forget that. Yeah. Just come to the talks. This is the best of the absence of Paul. Yeah, the best I got. That's what I tell people. Go listen to the talks. You know, you're not going to get anything special from me in it. Just go to the talks. That's why a lot of times I don't respond to people. I feel the talk will give them the answer they were looking for. I do. Yeah. People, and it's weird. It's like I'm a performing animal. Someone gets in touch with me. I have a question for you. Yeah, so what? I have an answer for you. I'm not answering your question. How's that? Yeah, just go to the talks. Sort of, what am I, on demand? You know, I got a question. Yeah, well, sit with it for a while, see what happens. How many times have we sat here? Someone was hell-bent in asking a question, and after 20 minutes, if they finally break and they don't, they give it up. Others will keep on no matter what, ask the question. But usually the answer occurs without any answering the question. Yeah, a lot. This isn't a strange occurrence in satsang. It's a norm of satsang. You sit in satsang, a lot of shit gets answered, not through the question. Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Anyone else? I haven't been just talking to you, Zoe. You know,
I know it goes everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. People tend to think I got to keep listening to this guy. I'm not talking to you directly. I left that a while ago. All right. Anyone, Kathleen?
Does anyone want to chime in and ask Paul a question or have a comment? Paul, I just want you to know that we appreciate you. We really, all of us here appreciate you and respect you. And we know you have great respect for the message. So obvious.
Yes.
I think I can speak for this group here anyway. If I'm overstepping, you guys can let me know.
Oh yeah, I know that. I know all that. And the thing is, when I first was hearing the stuff, it had effects on me, and it was way too fucking serious, literally. Yeah, and it was like everyone was serious, and it was sort of like it was weird, and I was just like, let's just tickle the side of this thing called non-duality. Yeah, that's why we have the title Zen Bitch Slap. Look it up, the Eternal One, or the Collective Void, and then all right, you know, over and over again, the same fucking name, Zen Bitch Slap. Yeah. Which one are you going to remember? Probably Zen Bitch Slap. And then people thought I was a misogynist, and it was great. It culled the herd, unbelievable. So many people, I'm not going there. He has the word Zen bitch slap on it. Great, I'm happy not to see it. Can you imagine if you take offense at that? Wow. Some guy once, he had me giving a talk, and I found out he wouldn't put the word bitch in it. It was B, Zen B slap. I said, no, you got to add that itch. You got to put the itch in there. Don't be fucking sanitizing it without asking me. I'm not agreeing to Zen B slap. No. This isn't about making friends and having a giant population on a Zoom. The success is when no one shows up. You know how many people have come through this Zoom and have left, and I'm sure they're the happier for it. I hope they got a little sense of how light they can be, and they're probably in the dreaming they're expressing that lightness on some level of heart. That's great. That's beautiful. Yeah. Maybe I'll get a Christmas card from one of them every once in a while. Yeah. But the lightness of traveling is the joy. I don't need to hear from them or not. I have great faith in the message. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm so stoned today. All we ate was like raw desserts. There's a place in LA that we used to go to a lot, Amelia and I. And we used to go there with a friend of ours. And so we met him there at the Sun Cafe. And we bought these incredible raw desserts. Almond cheesecake without any cheese. It's all made. And then pistachio cheesecake. And then 2 espresso shakes using a very good coffee called Blue Bottle Coffee. And basically, we got caught in traffic and everything. We didn't eat anything other than that. So I've been a huge sugar rush, but very nice quality sugar rush. Yeah. So we're both stoned. And then I took the hot tub, and then wow, I laid down and my whole body was pulsating. It was cool, like a huge heart, with little sirens in the background. The sounds in the body. It was fun. I like that. And then I got the nice thing. I'm gonna try to steal this. I hope I get away with it. If you see on Saturday I'm wearing this, I was successful. What? They're not gonna miss one.
They're gonna put it on
2.
They're gonna put it on my credit card.
Oh, they're gonna put it on Amelia's credit card.
That's right. They hope you do take it so they can bill you.
Oh,
Yeah. That's the deal.
all right. Amelia always fucking. She's like
Ruins
she's like my anchor to earth. Yeah. Can't get in. Can't get. She tugs my balloon all the time back to earth. It's the best thing for me, literally. It is. Though I wouldn't have gone that way if I want, but it's the best thing. Yeah. All right. Well, if no one wants to ask, what time is it now? 7:40. Oh, all right.
7:40.
You don't mind if we end earlier?
We don't mind.
Oh, I mean, short and sweet's sort of nice.
We
I
don't
think.
mind if you go back and enjoy the rest of your evening. We don't mind.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm gonna take you as my surrogate mother. Thank you.
We love you, Kathleen.
Love you, Amelia. Thank you.
I had this nun in first grade, Sister Marion. She had taught a lot of the people's parents. She'd been there for 50 years. And if it was sunny, she said, your homework is to play outside for 3 hours. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I like her.
Yes, pretty good.
Sister Marion. Sister Marion.
All right, so let me say goodbye. We got Kathleen. Thank you. Dana. Your Wi-Fi was fine, Dana. Yeah, I can almost see your thumb's fingerprint with the hand there. We got Kerry from California. Oh, from Hawaii, I mean. Yes. We got David from Down Under. Yeah. He's in winter time. Woohoo! We got William up in the Northwest, I think. Yes, yeah. We got a new. She's been gallivanting in Alaska and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll come by and see you next weekend, Paul.
I hope so. We're
Yeah,
gonna-
Stacy. Yeah,
we'll-
Stacy was gonna come down, but I think she canceled. But I'll come by anyway.
Who's coming down?
Stacy, Robert Stacy.
Oh yeah, LA. Yeah, I'd love to see her. All right. Well, try to promote her to come. I'd like to see Stacy. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Zoe. As always. Yeah. I'm turning Japanese. Yeah. We got Alan Olson. Oh, Alan has a certain top like me. Yeah, there he is. Yeah. The Miss America wave. Yeah. Yeah. All right, we got Terry from Camarillo. Fantastic, Terry. Nice to see you. Miak, thank you. We're at your suggestion at the spyglass or whatever it is. Yeah. Thank you. Dennis W. I don't know if I can get to another page here. Oh yeah, I can. Hold on. Oh no, I left it, I think. Can't get to the other people. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, we've got James Olson, Al in Vegas, Gary Clark. Gary Clark's looking better every time I see him. Nice to see you, Gary. John K, as always. Rick Rowe. I like that picture. Phone numbers, Mika, Sid. We got Terry B. Nice to see Terry. Susanna W. Oh, we got Susan Harris. She's in Cape Cod. Sharks don't swim in schools. Yeah. All right. I think I got it. Oh no, we got Eric. He's repping. He's got the hat on still. Good. Al in Vegas. He's pondering if he's going to make a bet or not right now. All right, everyone. See you. Thank you.